In this video, we're going to discuss how to set up a throughput test for high-speed internet customers. These tests would be performed while you're on a job. So with your 720 or 1G meter, you'll again navigate to the GbE icon. And instead of selecting BER test, you'll notice that we don't have any test point listed on the meter because there are none available to it. So we would select test point and go to new. First thing we need to do is make a target. In other words, what we're doing is telling the meter where we're going to test and how we're going to test. So now we're going to select new. We're going to give it a name. For the purposes of my demonstration, we're going to stick with apps. Now that we have a name, we need to select the address type. Now we can do layer 2 and layer 3 testing, but in this case we're going to do layer 3, so we need to select IP address. So now I'll enter in the IP address of the TLB or the loopback box that I'm going to test to. And keep in mind, if you don't have a TLB, you can always set up your 720 or 1G in loopback mode for testing. Now, you do have to have 2 meters for a throughput test, one to transmit and one to send all the information back. After I've input the information, so go to File, to Save. I hit my back button. Now target again, add, and there's my target. Now if you'll notice, there are no streams and no up and down rates. So now I need to define my test. So I highlighted it, select Enter. Now I go to stream. I need to add a stream. And in most cases you're going to run the web data test. Now right now we have ours from the factory set at 100 megabytes, or 100 megabits. And I'll show you how to make those changes to the test now. We have a stream, but I want to go ahead and change this to increase the data rate. So I highlight it and select Enter. I'm going to change the name so that it applies as well. Now I've changed the name, and I want to change my committed information rate. These values are megabits per second, so I need to change it to 1000. For a typical high-speed internet throughput test, all of the other values can be left at defaults. So on this screen, the only thing I've done is I've changed my name to something that makes more sense for the test, and changed my committed information rate to 1000 megabits. So I back out, and now I've hit back again. Now I'm going to File to Save. and I need to give this a full name. So this would be my target and stream name. Now I'm going to hit back. After I've given it a name, it'll ask me to save all of my changes, and I hit OK. So now you'll see I'm at my GbE testing prompt. My test point is listed. I have my Ethernet icon is showing good, and my link at 1000 megabits per second. Now if you don't see 1000 megabits per second and you're running a 1G test, you're going to have issues. You'll have dropped packets and your test results will fail. So that's something to keep in mind. So now I select my BER test. Again, my meter will log in and acquire an IP address. And just like with part 1, we're going to go ahead and start the test. And you'll see we're back up and running just like before. We're running a successful test. For more product videos, how-tos, and helpful hints, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.